You probably lost faith in God because you don't know him for real. People love to ask, if there's really a God, how could he let something so terrible happen to a good person? My friend just asked me this the other day, and I'm like, you really gonna say that about my father? Was the faith just a facade? She just lost her job, she's about to be evicted from her apartment, and her savings are pretty much gone. I felt bad for her, but not in a pity party type of way. I felt bad because she didn't know no better. See, she goes to church sometimes, and she does a lot of community service and giving back, but she's not blameless. And I'm not being a crab or nothing, it's just the truth. This is my friend. I know her. Without getting all in her business, I'll just say she's no different than many of us. Some people do good in the community, pretty charitable with their time and money, but so what? What makes you think you're too good for a little suffering and persecution when God literally told us we gotta go through that? That's what I'm saying. You don't know him, but that's alright, because you can still get to know him. I ain't judging. I didn't always know him either. I had to tell her the story of Job, and now I'm about to tell you. Job was a man like many have never met and probably never will. Blameless and upright. He was so righteous that he made sacrifices for his kids just in case they sinned. A lot of people not about that life. They willing to go to hell for theirs. Crazy, right? Anyway, Job was a wealthy man. He had plenty livestock, servants, and he had status. And he got it all while living a life pleasing to God. So the sons of God came before Yah, and Satan pulled up too. God asked Satan if he considered his servant Job, and Satan was like, don't you have him and everything he owns protected? But if you take everything away from him, I bet he'll curse you to your face. So God was like, bet, you can do anything to him, you just can't touch him. So one day, Job lost everything. People came and stole his oxen and donkeys. They took the lives of his servants. Fire fell from heaven and burned up his sheep, and another group of thieves took his camels. Then, to make matters worse, all 10 of his kids died at the same time when a strong wind came and demolished the house. 7 sons and 3 daughters he had. Now we ain't 3 minutes into the story and all that happened, but I still want to remind you, Job was committed to being righteous. Because see, a lot of people like to say, so-and-so didn't deserve that, and most people not living more righteous than that man was, and look at what happened to him. I said that to say this. Death and destruction ain't always about what a person deserves, so stop saying that. Now after all of that, Job didn't ask, why me? Nah, he was like, I came in this world naked, and I'ma go out this world naked. God gave, and God took. Blessed be the name of Adonai. He didn't sin, he didn't blame God for nothing, and he didn't say, if there was a God. Job passed that test, but Satan was like, alright, let me touch his body. I bet he'll curse you then. So God said, you can try, you just can't kill him. After that, Job gets painful sores all over his body from head to toe. This man was broken, y'all. He was sitting in ashes, scraping his skin with broken pottery. Then here comes his wife telling him to curse God and die. But Job said, what? We can accept good from God and not trouble? Y'all heard that? You can accept good from God, but not trouble? Still, he didn't sin. He lost his livelihood, his kids, his wealth, and now his health was failing. And this man still didn't blame God or question his existence. So his friends Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar pull up. And soon as they saw him, they started crying. They couldn't believe it. They sat with him in silence for 7 days and 7 nights. That's about the most helpful thing they did. So Job finally breaks the silence, and instead of cursing God, he started cursing the day he was born. This man is not okay, and he ain't acting like he is. He trying to figure out why he ain't die at birth if this was how life was gonna go. Now the friends start talking, sounding like some dummies talking about good things happen to good people and bad things happen to bad people. Ain't that how people do? If a person suddenly loses everything, people assume they must have been up to no good. So his friends like, you know you need to repent, right? You really ain't as righteous as you thought, because if you were, this wouldn't be happening to you. You need to just go ahead and repent and get your stuff back. But this man literally didn't have nothing to repent for. He didn't do nothing wrong. Job, being the man of integrity that he was, kept defending himself, and his friends kept blaming him. Word of advice: don't take no advice from people who don't know the word. Job started asking why this was happening. Why do wicked people prosper? Because a lot of people think just because they got a little or a lot of worldly possessions, they sitting right in the eyes of the Lord. But as we see, even the righteous can suffer and lose it all, while the unrighteous can prosper and sit high on the hog. Job wanted to know why God felt so distant. Even still, he didn't walk away from God. So a young man named Elihu came and changed his perspective. He said God is greater than human understanding. That means what makes sense to God don't have to make sense to you. You can't even begin to comprehend, so stay in your lane. Elihu says suffering ain't always punishment. Sometimes it's correction. Sometimes it's refinement. Sometimes it's beyond your understanding. God enters the chat. But he ain't come to explain. He asked Job where he was when he laid the foundations of the earth. He said, "Can you control the sea? Can you command the morning?" "Oh, you can't." "Oh, that's only something I can do." "Oh, okay then." See, you don't have to understand everything God does. That ain't your job. Nah, your job is to put your trust in God and give him his praise and his worship even when times are rough. Job humbled himself because he realized he was speaking on stuff he ain't know nothing about. So he repented, not because he sinned, but because he spoke beyond his understanding. Then God told his friends, "Since y'all out here telling people the wrong stuff about me, I need a burnt offering from you. Then you need to get Job to pray for you, because I'm not about to deal with you." Don't be misrepresenting God's character. God ended up restoring Job, and he got back twice as much as he lost. He was even blessed to have more children. Restoration doesn't erase the loss. It shows that God is supreme and is able to restore. So friend, I know you're going through something right now, and it's hard, but you gotta put your trust and faith in God. I brought up the story of Job because people think if you go to church a little bit and do good, whatever that means to you, that you will not and should not have bad things happen to you. And as we can see, even the righteous suffer. So you have to let that thought process go. Don't take this moment to blame him or to question his existence, because when you was up, it was all praises to the Most High. Your times of trials and tribulations are times that you should praise and worship God with gladness in your heart, not lose faith. Because whether your suffering is a punishment, a correction, a refining moment, or some other thing that your mind simply can't comprehend, remember that God is in control, and restoration is always possible with him. Now y'all go read the book of Job so you can get the fullness of the word, and send this to somebody who needs to hear this message. This is straight from the script. I'ma see y'all next Sunday.